Claudia is still hanging out with her 7th grade friends. I know this is the 4th book with them, but I still don't remember who any of them are. Everyone on the cover is basically a mystery to me. Argofont Book Review, Argofont Book Review. This book was written by Vicky Berger Irwin. Claudia is such an awesome person. Everyone wants to hang out with her. Gee, that wasn't a problem for me in middle school. I wonder why. Claudia feels pulled in all directions because she wants to be with her boyfriend Josh, but she has to leave to go shopping with her friends, but then she has to leave early for the babysitters club, and even Janine is acting pretty needy since she broke up with her boyfriend. She plays with Claudia's earrings and says they should bake cookies together. No joke, I would love it if the story of this book was Janine is driving Claudia crazy, so Claudia decides to find her sister a new boyfriend. Mom and Dad are going on vacation for 4 days. They're leaving Claudia and Janine at home by themselves. They hope the girls will be responsible and not make any bad decisions. This book's title tells me otherwise. In the subplot, Melody and Bill Corman are constantly fighting and insulting each other. They argue over who gets to watch TV. Abby brings them to a reasonable compromise, which works for about 5 minutes, until Bill decides to restart the fight. The kids wrestle over the remote. Bill hurts Melody's head and refuses to apologize. Stacy, Marianne, and Claudia are having a triple date. The boys are all nervous, except for Ethan, because he's a cool 15-year-old with an earring. Josh accidentally calls Ethan Earring. He knocks over a chair and gets bored by the movie. In a different book, Claudia would have dumped Josh for that. Janine makes a list of fun sister activities they can do together while their parents are gone. We don't get to see the list, but I'm sure the quadratic equation is on there somewhere. Josh complains he was too nervous to enjoy the date, and he says what Claudia's been thinking, she's got too many different friend groups. She should throw a party or something so they can get to know each other. She asks her BSC friends for ideas, but nobody takes the problem seriously besides Mallory, who's all doom and gloom. Bill and Melody keep fighting in a 4-page chapter where he calls her names and she purposely goads him. Christy's not sure how to fix this situation, almost like she's never dealt with arguing siblings before. Mom and Dad leave. Claudia has a tough night juggling homework, time with Janine, phone calls from her friends, and Aunt Peaches. Peaches isn't sure the girls can handle making dinner, so she calls 4 times. Geez, Aunt Peaches, I thought you were the crazy fun relative, not the one who's so obsessive she makes Janine look reasonable. Claudia asks Janine if she can have a small party with her 4 7th grade friends and the Babysitters Club. Janine says sure. The babysitter suggests inviting Logan, Shannon, and Anna. That sounds good to Claudia. She tells Marianne it's okay to extend an invitation to Logan. Aunt Peaches calls. She wants to visit on party night. Claudia lies and says they can't because she and Janine are planning a special sister thing. Janine is so excited to do something special with Claudia. I feel sad for her because it's all a lie. Claudia doesn't want to spend time with Janine, and she doesn't even bother to think of a fun activity for them to do together. Instead, Claudia makes up a bunch of icebreaker games and activities for her party, because her informal party matters more to her than her sister's feelings. The party starts, and there's an immediate, obvious problem. 7 uninvited people show up. Guess which babysitter screwed everything up?
You said to let our other friends know about the party, Marianne reminded me. I didn't remember exactly what I'd said, but it obviously hadn't come out the way I'd meant it.
No, Marianne, you're wrong. Claudia said you could ask your boyfriend. She did not say invite anyone you want. So the entire problem is Marianne's fault. She invited 3 people and told Logan it was okay for him to invite 3 people. The 7th guest is Shannon's friend Greer. Hi, Greer. Claudia's in over her head trying to manage the party. It's too loud, there's not enough food, and Mallory accidentally destroys a vase. Claudia is annoyed when Janine doesn't help manage the chaos. Janine is too busy trying to show off her computer to the 7th graders. Pete Black starts playing hockey with Cookies, which makes a huge mess. That's when Aunt Peaches arrives. She is furious. She declares the party is over, she sends all the kids home, and lectures Claudia and Janine on responsibility. Again, Peaches is supposed to be the fun aunt. Claudia and Janine argue while they clean up the house. Claudia thinks Janine should have done more. Janine thinks Claudia's friends act like little kids. Claudia thinks Janine's just jealous because she doesn't have any friends. Ouch. Marianne solves the problem with Bill and Melody by taking them for a walk. She pretends they're locked out of the house. The kids have to work together to find a way back inside. Bill realizes Melody's not so bad, and he apologizes. This is a mirrored storyline because Claudia and Janine are also fighting siblings. They resolve the problem pretty easily. When Janine gets upset, Claudia asks what's wrong. Janine confesses she lost touch with her life thanks to her ex-boyfriend, and she's having trouble readjusting. Claudia realizes she could have been more sensitive to Janine's issues. The girls tell their parents what happened, but they barely get in any trouble. Lucky! Claudia's friends are kind of getting along now, and she gives her boyfriend a certificate for an afternoon together. Claudia figures this means her time management issues are solved. They aren't, but that's a nice thought. The end. Post-book follow-up. I like the stuff with Claudia and Janine in this book. Janine is surprisingly vulnerable and open with her emotions. Maybe that's because if Janine acted normally, there would be no chance of her agreeing to throw a party. The party wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. Everyone behaved themselves besides Pete Black. He was a real rabble-rouser. Claudia's parents worry there was underage drinking, which would have been an interesting direction to take the story. I didn't like the story with Claudia's friends. That went on for too long. There are 5 chapters of Claudia's scheduling problems. I think 2 chapters would have been better. Josh's personality has changed. He's not as interesting or funny as he was before. He's mostly there to complain. The subplot with Melody and Bill was fine, although Bill is so nasty to her. It's unrealistic that 3 minutes of working together solves all their problems. Overall, it's an okay book. It's a story I've seen before, and although it certainly can be improved, I thought it was successful. The stuff with Janine was good enough to tip the scales in this book's favor. I give Babysitters Club number 123, Claudia's Big Party, a 6 out of 10.